Hey, well, hello there. Think about it. You've done it again. You made it to Friday. Isn't that a good thought? I'm glad for you. So, welcome to Friday and come on in to my little world for a moment. Not too long ago, I shared the idea of leaving a practical legacy, something that's valuable and useful in the regard of practicality. I still think that's a good idea. Leave something practical behind you. But I also think it's important to leave something relatable, something that people connect their lives with in a very positive way and can see themselves engaged or involved within it. What made me think about this was I was reading the comics. It's the reason I still read the newspaper. Surely not for the news. I almost said not for the sports. Well, never mind. Anyway, I love still reading the comics. One of them that I read without hesitation and with great regard is, of course, Peanuts. Charles Schulz put that cartoon strip out for so many years, and it developed and changed some over the years. Of course, when he died, and I believe the year 2000, he had quit putting it out just the year before. The local newspaper still runs the old strips from 1974 through 1999, I believe. And so we get to read those again and again and just think those are over 20 years old and up to about 45, 46 years old. And still I read them. Every now and then I read them and think, oh, I remember this one. I remember reading this one before. And as I was laying down in bed the other evening, I thought about, some of those relatable things, television shows that you'll watch again and again, and others you never want to see again, or movies that you want to watch over and over, and those that you never want to see again. And there's some that I like and I like to see again, and maybe I'll just watch a small portion of it and then I relate to it. Well, and that's exactly the reason. I didn't mean to say it that way, but that's exactly the reason. And I think the reason we like to read the Peanuts comic strip is not just that it's fun and funny, is that we relate to it. We look at the characters in it. We see Lucy, the grumpy Lucy, and the psychiatrist Lucy. Schroeder, the artistic pianist, whose life is wrapped up in that. Linus, the philosopher of life, Pigpen, who has a cloud of dust everywhere he goes, seems like it's there choking others around about him in a way. And so many other characters. And then there's Charlie Brown. Poor old Charlie Brown. And oh, and how they make fun of Charlie Brown and yet seem like he's so naive and ignorant and special in so many ways. And what do they call him? Blockhead. Maybe relate to Charlie Brown. Or then there's Snoopy, who seems to have all the real answers of life, able to do just about anything. I noted one, when was that? Just in the last few days, where he's holding up the branches for Woodstock. And I didn't even mention him, but holding up the branches for Woodstock. And he says, my mother didn't raise me to be a tree. Did you ever feel that way? My mother didn't raise me to do what I'm doing right now. Snoopy, such a rich character in so many ways, and yet has all those flights of fancy and the imagination that reaches out, and we want so much to be like him. Charles Schulz left a legacy that's relatable. I think that's why we like it. That's why we hold on to it. That's why 20 and 40 and 50 years of his cartoon strip still reach and touch people, because we relate to it. We relate to the characters. We see ourselves within it. And so we want to leave a legacy that's relatable and valuable to people. What do people want from us? What do they want us to leave behind? I think about the words of Jesus in John chapter 14. What does he say? Peace, peace I leave with you. My peace I give to you, not as the world gives, I give to you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. That's not only a practical legacy, that's a relatable legacy. What do we all want? What do we want to see? What do we want to have? We want to have that comfortable peace of life with no fear. The opportunity is yours and mine every day. We may not be the people who write the comic strip that people read for generations. We may not be able to, of course, do what Jesus did by any means. But there are going to be people who are going to look at our lives. They're going to measure them to some degree. And hopefully, they're going to relate to them. Leave behind a legacy of good things for others. I happen to note in the family circus today when Billy is talking to his mother, he says, "Why do I always have to be the one that is the good example?" Maybe we feel that way from time to time, but we know the answer to it. Leave a legacy that's relatable, that's encouraging, and that people will want to see again and again and again. That's your opportunity. That's your thought for a Friday. I hope it's a great Friday for you. I hope it's a great weekend. I hope the opportunities are a blessing to you that come your way, not only today, but in the days ahead. We'll share some more in the future. Thanks for joining me today. Have a cup of coffee and relax. Enjoy the day. See you later.